everyone wants to die, but everyone wants to go to heaven. Robert Kiyosaki referred to this potent statement in his book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. It exemplifies a sobering truth about this world. While most of us aspire to the good life, few of us are willing to put in the effort required to get there. Of the 7 billion people on the planet as of 2022, only about 56.1 million, including millionaires who were born into wealth, are willing to put forth the effort necessary to reach the sweet side. When put into perspective, less than half of the population has adopted their wealthy habits. Do you want to go with them? If so, watch on to learn which behaviors will make you rich for sure. But before we get deeper, if you are new to this channel, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you don't miss any of our videos. So, without further ado, let's get started. Number 1. They don't snooze their alarm. I'll admit, it's embarrassing, but I'm guilty as charged. Sometimes it takes me 2 or 3 snoozes of my alarm before I finally get out of bed. Even though this may seem like a harmless habit, it can significantly affect your financial situation. Studies show that the wealthy don't often let their alarms go off in the morning. They get a good night's rest, go to bed early, and wake up as soon as the alarm goes off. If you're someone who stays up late watching Netflix only to snooze your alarm and feel groggy in the morning, I suggest you start this habit. Number 2. They make their debts work for them. The wealthy take their time to educate themselves on debt and find ways to benefit from it rather than fearing it and avoiding it altogether. They are aware that there are 2 different types of debt, constructive and destructive. A business or moderately risky investment is financed with productive debt. Such debt functions as an asset. Destructive debt, on the other hand, does just what it sounds like. It wrecks your finances. It's typically used to finance opulent purchases like brand new automobiles or houses. Utilizing this type of debt is not productive. The wealthy have this mentality. Why not take on that debt if they can borrow $200 to finance a company that will eventually turn over $500 and pay them $200 per month? This is a specific illustration of productive debt. Avoid taking on debt to purchase items like the most recent iPhone model or a Gucci bag that will eventually lose value. Either completely avoid it or use it in a way that will bring you money. Number 3. They read. On an airplane, you'll see almost everyone with their nose in a book if you walk past first or business class. Either they'll read the entire flight or just a few hours of it. The wealthy are aware that knowledge is power in either case. Even though they are reading a fictional story, they will still be able to draw many lessons about life from it. The wealthy read newspapers or business and finance magazines in addition to books so they can stay current on news. The wealthy also invest time in learning things that many people overlook, aside from global affairs. For instance, it's not unusual to run into a wealthy individual who can administer first aid or sew a button on. The wealthy keep this in mind because they are aware that these abilities might one day be useful. You can always use apps with audiobooks if, like me, you have trouble focusing. Regardless of the method of learning, knowledge is useful. Number 4. They're frugal. Many people think, oh, so this is what the rich do with their money. When they see the Kardashians with their iPhone 13 Pro Max, Ferraris, and Christian Louboutins. This is not the real world. You run into a common trap that so many people will fall into when their income rises and they feel the need to upgrade every aspect of their lifestyle. There isn't a single billionaire, self-made or not, who impulsively chooses to replace their outdated possessions with brand new, gleaming models every few months. Rich people eat at regular restaurants and dress in clothing from the dollar store. Because of the budget for everything, they lead very frugal lives. The best way to increase one's bank account is to live within one's means, which is why The challenging part now is that this idea is simpler to say than to implement. If you browse Instagram, you'll notice that many users display photos of their brand new Range Rovers and $1,000 diamond bracelets. They want to sell you the idea that reality is possible. They have no idea that you're too intelligent to be duped by all of this. You already know it. Number 5. They practice gratitude. The best attitude is one of gratitude. Give thanks to when you enjoy something and observe how much more of it enters your life. A wealthy person will always take the time to express gratitude to those around them. Employees who assisted in completing a presentation, the chef who delivered their food to the table, or the mechanic who examined their car can all qualify. There is a myth that says wealthy people are rigid and appreciative, but this is untrue. They are aware of the importance of interpersonal connections in both their personal and professional lives. Additionally, wealthy people are aware of the influence of their reputation. They are aware that they will lose more than half of all business opportunities if they are perceived by others as this irate person who snaps at everyone and everything. The most crucial factor in the professional world is reputation. Everyone can tell that you are a compassionate person when you go around and sincerely thank everyone around you for their work. You stand out because you take the time to look for people who do their jobs well or simplify their lives. Number 6. They practice discipline in tough situations. The secret to success is maintaining discipline, even when it seems like nothing is going your way. The well-off instill discipline in their children from an early age. Consider Usain Bolt. Even though there are likely many people with talent equal to his, he was successful due to his discipline. Battled with his coach? No matter what, he will still show up for practice. Within an hour, it will start to rain. It makes no difference. He will train elsewhere. Nothing can stop him from achieving his goals because he always has them in mind. The wealthy develop tunnel vision once they have a goal in mind. It makes no difference how difficult the journey will be or how much work they must put in. They use their discipline to lead them to the top rather than focusing on motivation to get them to work. Number 7. They get up early. To be honest, when I was younger, I used to believe that the wealthy spent their days lying in bed, paying their butlers for breakfast, and counting the zeros in their bank accounts. Oh, how foolish I was. Building an empire takes a lot of time and work, and keeping one takes even more. The wealthy make the most of every second. They have more time to set the tone for the day when they awaken early before the rest of the world. Some millionaires meditate, exercise, or practice yoga during these early morning hours. Others start working right away. The fact that they are up earlier than everyone else is due to their realization that time is a valuable resource. Number 8. They are unafraid to invest in themselves. We are all familiar with the concept of investing in the context of stocks and shares, and the wealthy do this, of course. But wealthy people also make investments in their development as individuals. It might be challenging for someone on a fixed income to set aside money for themselves, but doing so is crucial if you want to advance professionally. You need both the capital to invest in your business ideas and assurance that they have the potential to be multi-million-dollar successes. Attending CEO management seminars, taking self-development classes, or even just getting your hair cut in a more upscale area of town are all examples of investing in oneself. You will be more confident in your abilities and appearance the more money you invest in improving yourself, your abilities, and even your appearance. When you finally have that brilliant business idea, you will exude confidence, and you will be able to persuade others to join you in pursuing it as well. Number 9. They continue to provide value. You must continue to be relevant in business. Why do you think so many businesses, including Apple, Microsoft, and others, are always reinventing themselves and releasing new goods? To remain competitive in the modern market and remain marketable, you must follow suit. How do you remain current? Constantly giving others something of value. Value can mean different things in different situations. For instance, if you own a multi-million-dollar company, you constantly give your investors financial value. By considering their needs and making every effort to meet them, you can give your employees emotional value. If you manage an app, you might continuously pay attention to what your users want and put those suggestions into practice to keep your app operational. Always be aware of what those around you need and fulfill those needs. By adding value, you remain relevant. Being relevant ensures your success. Number 10. They buy experiences and not things. You may have experienced buyer's remorse. Certainly, I have. I entered the store and purchased it after months of contemplation. But once I get back home, it doesn't feel nearly as good as I anticipated. I no longer feel excited and am somewhat disappointed. Should I have even purchased this? I catch myself reflecting. You shouldn't let the things of this world make you happy. They may get you excited for a split second, but they won't make you happy for very long. The rewards from experience, however, are much greater. The wealthy have known this for ages. This is why you never see truly wealthy people wasting money on opulent and designer goods instead of going on trips and spending time with their loved ones. Along with creating wonderful memories, traveling broadens people's horizons. They can find more opportunities to make money because they have more to learn about. We can benefit from experience in every aspect of our lives. So put your to-buy list aside and make a to-do list in its place. Number 11. They look after their health. The wealthy develop small routines to support their continued good physical and mental health. They always schedule time for reading, meditation, and exercise. They are kept alive and maintained by all of these things. They also make sure they eat a diet that is balanced, healthy, and rich in fresh produce, good sources of protein, and whole grains. Well-being is wealth. It must be safeguarded at all costs. Number 12. They leave an inheritance for their children. It is undeniable that having money makes life simpler. Rich people probably won't try to refute this, in my opinion. And because they are so aware of that, they take steps to give their kids the best chance possible to succeed in life. A cushion is provided by leaving an inheritance. Even though they are still taught to learn from their own mistakes and experiences, children who have money don't have to worry about meeting their basic needs. The fact that these kids are also taught financial literacy is even more crucial. They are not given money to spend however they please. Rather, they are taught from the beginning that money must be earned and that it must be valued. By the time the inheritance is paid out, the children are already planning how they will use it and how they will expand their parents' companies. Generational wealth is produced in this manner. And that's it for today. Thanks for watching. If you're new to this channel, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell button to get updated on our latest videos. Don't forget to like this video and drop a comment. See you next time.